This doesn't look like a big deal. But behind this is a lot of hearts and spirits and a lot of thanks for you're taking your time and everything that you do to help others. And just a little bit of appreciation reflected in this as we go to you.
At the Imani Family Life Center, we had a basketball and life skills clinic featuring Percy Miller, aka Master P. And the clinic was for youth ages 5 through 12 and their parents. Master P worked with the kids on various basketball drills. So while teaching kids different techniques about basketball, we also talked about youth violence, talked about falling directions, talked about what you can do to stay safe. We talked about the importance of education, and the whole purpose is how to keep ourselves safe and away from violence. This program came about because Master P was interested in doing something in Lexington. The Imani Youth Achievers program partnered with a group called SWAG, which is Sisters and Supporters Working Against Gun Violence. And this is a group of women who have lost their children, most under the age of 18, due to gun violence here in Fayette County. And when the idea was presented to us that we needed to do something in Lexington, then that's how I was approached to work with Master P and his group. And so through that partnership, that's how we came about to do this Prevent Youth Violence workshop.
You can't be friends with our kids. You have to be family. And if you spend time with your kids, you won't let somebody else raise your kids. You can raise them. And you can show them. You can give them that value. You know, I mean, my parents did for me, which is my grandparents. So everybody said, man, I ain't got no mom. I had a grandparent. My grandparents stuck up and did what they needed to do for me. But you have to give your kids, one, you got to give them guarded values. So if they could have them guarded values, they could find themselves when they're out on the streets, even when they're doing wrong. When I was out on the streets, even doing the wrong thing, it stuck in my mind. My grandfather said, boy, look, you better do this. My grandmother said, boy, you better do this. They're not giving me a break. These families now, like I said, they want to be friends, and they give their kids too many breaks. You know, you definitely now, I think, as me as a life coach, I'm not going to give these kids a break when they in. Because I know, because one thing my grandfather told me, he said, boy, you either going to listen to me and get it, or you're going to get it from the man who pulled you over or take you to jail or whatever. But like, you know, even today, it's like, if you don't listen, then you end up dead or in prison. That's it, those are the two options. But if you do listen, look at my life. I changed my life, you know, I changed my life. I got a brother dead, I got a brother in prison, it's real for me. So I got to actually talk to these kids because I've been through it. You know, I come from the street. But, you know, when I start reading the Bible and say that, you know what, it ain't just about perfect people or being a perfect person. You know, God, He wants you to get a second chance at life. I didn't know that before. So if kids could understand that, you know, even the ones that are incarcerated, I'm telling them to pick up the Bible. Maybe you can find your answers in there, because you definitely gonna find them on the street. What I love about my kids, that everything that I've been through, I was able to give my testimonies to them, you know, showing them that you don't have to go through it. Like, take my word. And most of them have. They took that. I took them to my project and said, look, this is what I grew up with. They were like, you what? You know, they used to live there. For real, they can get it. You know what I'm saying? But this is the struggle. This is what the sacrifice I had to take to get y'all in the Beverly Hills and the mansion and all that stuff. We wouldn't always live like this. You know, so, but I'm proud of my kids, man. My two youngest, they play basketball. I have them on my inner city team. So they get a chance to see that all the time. So my team is in the hood. So they know we're going to live the practice, and then you go back so we can reality check. If you don't do what you need to do, this is what you're going to end up with. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I try to motivate them, and they listen. You know, my kids are not perfect, but I think they get it. And I'm more proud of them for being good students. You know, whether they make it as entertainers or basketball players, I don't really care about that. I'm proud of them because when I go to school and watch what they're doing in school, you know, when people look at me, oh, you started, you a rapper. I'm like, no, I'm not a rapper. I'm a business. I had no limit with a record store, retail store. I turned in the music part because I told my story through the music, but I was an entrepreneur. You know, I was at 17, had a record store, no limit. That's what it was. So it wasn't no, and I'm not like a rap artist, you know, but that I was able to be blessed and gifted to do that. But I've always thought business. I was, you know, when I lived in the project, I carried groceries for the old people. That's how I made money.
That's how you make money.
I made my money. So, you know, I mean, I think people got to think bigger, but we always stereotype. You never look at the roots of people. You just go talk about what you think and you give that back. But you know, they don't give us the truth. They gonna always say Master P a rapper. You don't know what I was doing before I was start making music.